And hopefully the internet doesn't crap out on us again.
We'll see.
I noticed that last time.
Yeah, I know. It's been having some difficulties this summer.
Oh, did you see this new gaming news? About GameStop doing esports things?
No, not surprised.
I know.
They need to do something.
Oh, they need to do something fast. Alright, we're live. We're up. I'm guessing we're not going to talk about that?
No.
Oh.
I don't care about GameStop.
Well, we cared when it went out of business, or they changed 3 CEOs in a year.
Well, you did. That was when you were doing the news.
Yeah, that's what I cared. I like those kind of stuff. It keeps us ultimately informed. That's actually a good tone type. Ultimately informed. Alright, done. Next. Post. We're good. We're live. We're up and running. Hallelujah. Somebody get me a biscuit. Alright, that's for you. This is for me. Sometimes it's just for me.
Mm-hmm. Usually.
About half the time. Half the time it works, none of the times. Alright, that's good. We're live. Tell me we're live. Tell me we're up. Live chat. Show me that live feed. If you are watching us on a live feed, welcome.
Beautiful live footage.
Alright, let's get this ball rolling.
Hello! There's no ball, but we're rolling. This is the Media Boat Podcast.
Welcome to the Wednesday, not Wednesday special.
It's a Tuesday.
It's
I know,
Tuesday.
that's weird for us.
Podcast on a Tuesday.
Podcast on a Tuesday. It's like when the club goes up, except this time it's when the podcast goes up.
When the feed goes up.
And our feed has already got down, but yeah, but that's okay.
That's fine.
But
We'll
we're back.
figure it out.
Hello. This is the Media Boat Podcast, as I just said. This is your source for news about video games, music, movies, and television. Not necessarily in that order.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, it's like all sorts of messed up this week. Because it's a weird Tuesday! Woo!
It's a Newsday Tuesday.
It's a Newsday Tuesday, faux show. A lot of things happened in the world, and we're here to talk about it. Today is July 16th, 2019. And we always start the show with talking about movies. And we always start movies with talking about the weekend box office numbers.
Before we get to that,
Yes.
he's Matt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Mike.
Yeah, they know.
And I'm Mike, and he's Matt, and we're talking about movies.
It's true. All that is true. First up is the weekend box office numbers, and your number one was a holdover from last week.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Number one yet again.
That's good. Spider-Man Far From Home was your number one movie again this week. Another $45 million. That's sitting at $274 million domestic as we speak. Toy Story 4 came in at number 2 with another $20 million, adding to 346 bones. Number 3, Crawl, which, by the way, that's an alligator movie.
I was going to say, that is not a shark.
You said it was sharks last week.
That's not a shark.
That's not the only thing we got wrong last week, by the way. I have some apologies to make when we get to the billboard stuff later.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that is not a shark at all. That is an alligator.
No, that's definitely an alligator.
Makes more sense because they do crawl.
Yes.
So there you go. Crawl made $12 million. That's it. That's its total right now.
Yep.
It probably will do okay for its budget, I'm sure.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Stuber, also one of your new releases last week, debuted to a measly $8 million.
Wah, 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 wah. Wait,
But that was probably its budget anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And lastly, do you remember the Beatles? Because this guy does. Yesterday came in number 5, $6.7 million, adding to its $48 million domestic total. That thing's probably made its money back because it's super cheap.
Yep, that was a $26 million film.
Yep, super cheap. All right. What are you watching this week, you ask?
What are you watching this week, I ask?
It turns out that there is a big release this week that everything got out of the way of.
Yes, I already have my tickets for this. I am seeing this on Thursday, which is why we're doing this on Tuesday instead of a Thursday.
This is probably not that big of a logical leap to make. the next Disney billion-dollar movie, The Lion King, the remake, of course, of the 1994 original, newly CG'd with Beyonce and Billy Eichner and everybody, the whole crew.
And Charles Gambino.
Yep, finally comes out this week. So yeah, you've got tickets for that on Thursday, so we'll talk about that next week.
Yep, that's a guaranteed thoughts next week.
I will probably not see this, so I'll let you
know.
No. I don't care that much about The Lion King. The Lion King was my favorite thing when I was 5 years old.
Are you not 5 years old?
I'm not 5 years old anymore.
Oh no, you lost your inner child.
Yeah, he packed up and left a while ago. Now who am I kidding? He's still playing Pokemon inside my soul every day. Anyway, so yeah, those are your new releases. Or, sorry, new release.
That's your new release, singular.
Nothing else is around. You'll have to wait till the week after that for another film. So.
But even then, it's only one release.
Yeah, so yeah. We're in the dog days of summer here, film release-wise. So, did you see any movies this week that you'd like to talk about?
I did see a movie.
All right, lay it on me.
I guess we should talk about that now.
Probably. That's what we do here.
All right, that's what we do here. Okay, so I went yesterday. I saw yesterday.
Oh, you saw yesterday?
Yes.
When did you see yesterday?
Friday.
So not yesterday.
No. I went and saw it as part of date night. It was something that was on our list, so I had to finally go and see.
All right.
Yesterday.
All right, so what's up? How'd you like
yesterday, directed by Danny Boyle, and it clearly shows
that
it's directed by Danny
like
Boyle.
Average Danny Boyle mode, or is he Oscar Danny Boyle mode?
This is definitely average Danny Boyle mode. This is Trainspotting Danny Boyle mode. No, Trainspotting 2 Danny Boyle mode.
There we go.
Yeah, because Trainspotting is actually like well done. It's not. It's no Slumdog Millionaire. It's no 2012 London Olympics.
It's not a movie, but sure.
No, but it was so grand and spectacular to watch it.
Yeah.
Plus, anytime I can bring up the fact that Danny Boyle directed the 2012 London Olympics opening ceremony.
It's true. That's a true fact.
It is a true fact. I love to bring it up. Just there you go. Whenever I can. Whenever I talk about Danny Boyle. Anyways, yeah. It's a fine film. It's definitely like really different compared to the more recent waves of biopics. Because technically this is a biopic of a guy who didn't write the Beatles songs, but did write the Beatles songs. So they're not the Beatles songs, they're his songs. So it's a biopic in that sense. You know what I'm going with? But not really.
But not really.
But not really. Because he didn't, well, while he did write the songs, like, down, he did not create the songs.
No.
But it's done in a really clever way of, like, all of a sudden, he wakes up and the Beatles are no more, and a bunch of other stuff is no more. Yeah. But that's also, like, part of the joke.
Right.
But it's also, like, where the whole, like, inner conflict comes from of, do I take this success that is obviously the Beatles' success, greatest songs ever written, or do I, like, accept the awards knowing I'm a fraud? And that is basically your entire premise of the film. It goes back and forth. Not to spoil, like, the ending of what eventually does come, but it's really well done. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy all the Beatles songs thrown in there together. It definitely shows the range that they had in terms of songwriting and song creation. Considering that the Beatles only made all their songs in like a span of 8 years.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, their career was not very long at all.
No. But they also experimented a lot during that time.
And also experimented in the studio.
Yes, and with
and also experimented in the studio while experimenting.
Yes.
All of this happened.
How many experiments can you experiment with?
I don't know. I got some experiment gum I can chew while I'm doing it. Anyway.
That's a spearmint, not experiment. Although, if you've never had it, you're experimenting.
Yeah, you're experiment.
Anyway. Anyways, the Beatles music in here is thrown throughout, and it's really well done. Really sewn all the way through.
I know that this is like a bit of an apples to oranges comparison, but how does this rank with Across the Universe when we're talking about Beatles movies? Or movies about the Beatles music?
I liked this better because they didn't play the entire song.
Right.
They actually, they played like
It's
either
not
the
a
chorus or
musical.
snip it. It's not a musical, and it gives you the Beatles like lyrics that you want to hear, rather than we're going to hear the whole thing because we paid for everything.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be like, here's the chorus that you know and love. Okay, now we're going to go to the next song that you know and love. Then go to the next one because they have so many hits, and the next one because they have so many hits, and now we're going to continue on with the story. But we're also going to throw in more songs because they have so many hits.
All the hits.
Literally, I think it does cover all the hits, which is, I think they could just like play all the hits in a row, and that length would actually still equal the amount of the movie. So they kind of needed to chop it up.
Yeah.
But they did play that summer song a couple times. Which one? Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
They played all the songs, all the hits. Yeah, it's a good film. It definitely plays with the idea. I feel like there was a message in here because it plays with the idea of who owns the song.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But it never really fully commits either way, which is kind of a disappointment.
Well, yeah, because you can't, because that was always the controversy about this movie before it came out, right?
Yeah.
Is that everybody was like, yeah, but then what happens? Like, what is this really about? Because does everybody, like, is the twist everybody finds out? And is he a fraud?
Right.
Or is there some sort of weird, like, magical realism happening here? It's like, it's such a, like, the premise on paper is good, but as soon as you start thinking about it, it completely dissolves.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously I don't want you to spoil.
Well, I'm trying not to
Obviously
spoil it, but...
But I'm glad you said that, because, yeah, like, because you can't pick a side on that
Well, no,
and make the movie interesting.
It does try and pick a side, but in the end, did it really pick a side? And in the end, does that decision even matter in the first place?
End it.
Yeah, they should need a way to end it.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, and I don't think that's Danny Boyle's problem. It's that that's just literally when you have a premise.
That's literally what you have to run yourself into eventually.
You can't use that premise. You can't have the fun with that premise without having...
Your time, especially if you're, like, not super into the Beatles, but you know of their hits. Because this is good, like, of their hits.
Right.
Type of person who would enjoy this film. Not, I'm super into the Beatles. This is like what I'm here to listen to every single song, concert style. No, this is like, oh, I know of the Beatles. This is a good film for me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else before we move on to the world of movie news?
No, not in terms of reviews, but I did enjoy Danny Boyle directing it. He goes through some canted angles, some wild angles, which may throw you off, but so is his style.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to movie news then.
Okay.
Our first story comes to you from the world of the Power Rangers, one of your favorite franchises.
Yes, currently under the brand of Hasbro because Saban sold it to them.
Right, exactly. They own it now. After 2017's film, the Lionsgate film, that you thought was all right.
I thought it was all right.
That had a moderate debut, around $140 million that thing made. The cast and crew were waiting on a word of a sequel. Like, I remember we even discussed this a handful of times, the possibility of whether or not this thing would get a second movie.
Which I said when it came out that they definitely do set up for a sequel, but it's going to depend on the international box office and toy sales if this thing gets a sequel.
Well, apparently enough time has passed where they've evaluated the decision, and, well, the movie will come back, but will not be the same cast of the 2017 film. No, instead, Hasbro has planned to reboot the franchise with Paramount sometime in the future. So basically, forget about that movie. New universe.
Also note that this is Hasbro with Paramount rather than Saban with Lionsgate, which is what that 2017 film was.
Lionsgate did have plans for future films.
Yes.
In the books. They were going to bring in Tommy Oliver and Lord Zed, which would have culminated in a 6-film story arc. It's a big plan for something that never happened.
Well, I think it was like planned for a trilogy.
Yeah.
And then a separate film, and then a part 1, part 2.
Got it. The actors, however, have found other success. These actors from the first movie, that is.
Yes, all 5-year Power Rangers.
Naomi Scott was, of course, Princess Jasmine in the most recent Aladdin reboot.
Yep, she's also in the upcoming Charlie's Angels reboot.
Oh, that's right. Decray Montgomery has found fame in Stranger Things. Becky G apparently is in a song featuring Pitbull.
She's she's a soaring featuring Latina artist in the Latin music scene, and she's done collabs with Pitbull.
Ludi Lin has been in Aquaman and Black Mirror since then, and R.J. Seiler has been in Scream, the reboot, and Black Lightning.
The reboot. No, the CW.
So yeah, clearly they've moved on. So it doesn't really matter if they were attached to a franchise film. That no longer is.
No.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether this happens at all or not.
It'll be interesting to see the design they go with, because that was one of the things that put off a lot of people, was the reimagining new design of the Power Rangers and their Zords. It'll be interesting if Hasbro decides to play it safe and go super classic nostalgia style.
They could, but I almost wonder if that nostalgia boat has left. I feel like the time that this first movie came out was like the ideal time, and now I don't.
Yes,
know if
you'd think that, but look how big Detective Pikachu just went, and that is of the same time.
Maybe a little later. When I think Power Rangers, I think like 95.
95.
Not so much late 90s.
Right. That's just Pokemon 97, 99.
I don't know. It's a weird question, but maybe Hasbro has something up their sleeve to figure this out.
Well, I think they want to put something out there that will sell the toys, because that was one of their big concerns, that these toys aren't selling, so thus this movie is a failure. Because Hasbro is
toy company.
A toy company. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a business.
It's a business. All right, let's move on to yet another business. Sony. Over at Sony Pictures, they're getting some new blood.
Well, it's old talent, but
not to them.
Fresh for them.
Yes. If they haven't seen it, it's new to them. Elizabeth Gabler will be joining Sony Pictures Entertainment in an innovative media deal that will see the veteran executive producer produce film and TV content. Gabler was the longtime steward of Fox 2000, which, of course, was one of the casualties of the Walt Disney acquisition of 21st Century Fox.
Yep, when Disney bought Fox, they cut that out.
Yes, they didn't need it anymore. She will bring her entire development team, including Aaron Semenoff, Marissa Pava, Nikki Ramey, and Molly Saffron, to Sony at the end of August. Molly Saffron's a good name.
It is.
I like that name.
That's why I put all the names in there. I couldn't leave one out.
She said, quote, in a statement, "For the past 2 decades, our division has thrived by building a film slate based principally on adaptations of literary properties, both fiction and nonfiction." Mm-hmm. So yes, this was Fox's branch that brought you all of the book adaptations.
All of the Nicholas Sparks stuff.
Yeah, your Nicholas Sparks stuff, your young adult adaptations as well. Like, pretty much name a movie that was based on a book, and it was probably Fox 2000.
Yep. They will take their entire division, take everyone who worked for them. They will start their own studio. It will be featured on Sony's lot in Culver City, and they'll shoot there on that lot.
This is probably cool. This is probably a good deal. They're going somewhere where they can actually do their work and continue making those good base hit quality movies
based on the best-selling novel.
Yeah, exactly. It's there's always going to be a market for that.
Yes.
And this is smart that Sony picked them up.
Yeah. Also, this is unfortunately they were one of the casualties from the Disney merger, but hey, something new came out of it.
Also, kind of cool to see a female executive with a completely female development team getting a deal like this.
Yep.
Also very heartening for the industry. So.
Yep.
All right, that's it for movie news. Unless you have anything to add about filmed entertainment before we move on to televised ones.
There's new trailers, especially one for The King's Man.
Oh, The King's Man.
Yes, the prequel to The King's Man.
The King's Man.
The King's Man. That is out. Go check it out.
Okay. There you go. Go to it. Hop to it. Next, though, we get to talk about television, and we always start television with the Sports Corner.
And before we start with actual sports, I'd like to issue a straight-up apology.
Okay.
That is the ESPYs, because, oh my God, they were terrible.
Were they really bad this year?
Yeah.
I didn't watch them.
Oh.
So why were they bad?
Tracy Morgan's jokes did not land. They felt like 60-year-old writers writing 60-year-old jokes.
Because they probably were.
It was just overall terrible. I don't know why they couldn't just get Gronk to go up there and do silly stuff and be the host.
Yeah.
Just be, hey, Gronk, here, say this stuff, do some stuff.
Right, be Gronk.
Be Gronk.
Go up there and be yourself for a little bit.
Right, walk into this audience and just say hi to everyone and start taking selfies.
Exactly, yeah, that's all he had to do. But no, they brought out Tracy Morgan, and it was just a bonfire from the beginning. A bonfire?
Yeah.
This is the fire that is caused by the explosion of a bomb?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
It's just the remnants of it. Just, why? Why am I watching this?
So no notable things happened? No notable events?
The U.S. women's team won best team because, of course, they did.
Of course they did.
Other than that...
Congratulations.
Oh, but they did add another award to an already bloated show.
Okay.
The Billie Jean King Award. She was there to present the inaugural Billie Jean King Award. That brings the total awards now up to 5 awards. That's like 4 too many. Actually, it's 3 too many. The ones that should they just skip the Jimmy V Award,
right?
Perseverance, and the Arthur Ashe for Courage.
Yeah,
that's all you need. They don't need
a lot of
those. The coach, the now this one, and
yeah. What is the award for? The Billie Jean King Award for what?
I forget what it was for.
For I don't know.
Dominance.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Something like that. Well, okay. So no surprises, no big events.
No real big surprises.
No controversies.
No real controversies. No, like I said, it was just pretty much.
No manly man tears.
I didn't cry. That's
no manly man tears.
No.
Well,
that
clearly it was a disappointment.
That was the other thing, though. For some of the awards, they didn't do here's the 3 or 4 nominees. It was, here's the winner.
Yeah, we did this off camera. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was. I think it was best comeback, and it was, here's just the highlight of the Blues, the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
Who had the best comeback, and they just awarded them, not like, here's these 3 games, or here's these 3 series.
That's disappointing.
No, it's just, here's the story of the Blues for a 1.5-minute package, because that's all we have, because we're ESPN, we don't show hockey.
Yeah.
And that's all we have. Yeah. They did that for like 3 or 4 of the awards. I was like, just show them all. What?
Right, yeah.
It just felt dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Anyways, those are my thoughts on the ESPYs. What about sports?
What about sports? So real sports did happen. Also, real sports with Brian Gumbel
is happening every month.
But also, real sports, like the actual sports are happening.
Yes, actual sports being played.
Okay, here's the name. Let's see if I can pronounce it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Djokovic.
Yeah.
That's correct?
That is correct.
All right. Djokovic beat Federer to win the Wimbledon in a 5-hour match.
Recorded as the longest match in tennis, or in Wimbledon tennis.
Wow.
It's actually like 4:55, but give them another 5 minutes.
Round them up.
Yeah.
And speaking of 5 hours, a baseball game this week
lasted
5 hours.
Not to be outdone,
yes.
Immediately after the Wimbledon ended,
Red Sox at Dodgers lasted a 5.5.
No, the other way. Dodgers at Red Sox.
That's not how you have you written down.
No, I have versus, which means home team's first.
All right. Well, fine. All right. So Dodgers at Red Sox went 5.5 hours long.
Yeah, they also went to 5.5 hours.
How many innings was that?
14, 15?
15,
yeah.
All right.
For Sunday night baseball.
Woo! That's a long game. And speaking of baseball, the MLB's trade deadline is July 31st, so get those trades in.
Yes, MLB trades, be sure to look them up. Or some of your players may be gone by the end of the month, or be on a different team by the end of the month.
Don't trade me, Angels. I'm good. I swear. I'm doing all right. I'm pitching okay.
You pitching good?
Pitching okay.
You're pitching decent.
He's pitching decent.
Well, you're a starter, so we don't just don't tear your arm.
Yeah, just whatever I do, don't get injured. That's the thing.
Yeah. No other really big news in sports.
Nothing else in sports. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, all that big sports stuff happened last week.
There's been all the big NBA free agency happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
NFL training camps begin next week. Training camps.
I know.
Mini camps, training camps. I'm so strained right here. Begin on the 21st, which I think is next week.
Okay. So more sports next week. But for now, we move right along into the world of television news.
It's that time of year again.
And it's that time of year again because we're not done talking about awards. No. Because television has their own awards. And today, were the nominations. Yes, the Emmys.
Yes, you woke up to an Emmy nom.
We woke up to Emmy noms, and they were exactly what you thought they would be. No major surprises this year. HBO and Netflix both crossed 100 nominations, but of course it was HBO that held more, at 137 to Netflix's 117. HBO's top nominations were, of course, for Game of Thrones, which is eligible again this year, which led all programs with a record-breaking nomination count of 32 noms. That
for
is
a single show.
The new record for a single show.
Yeah, I don't think that record can be broken.
Of course,
we said that last time.
I should note that one of the reasons why it is so obnoxious is because they're nominated multiple times in multiple categories.
Yes.
Most notably and most ludicrously...
For writing.
No. That wasn't the weirdest one. The weirdest one to me was supporting actress in drama series, as 4 out of the 6 nominations are Game of Thrones actresses. They are all facing each other in that category. I wonder if they're going to cancel each other all out.
Probably not.
But we'll see.
See.
There are 2 other shows nominated in that category. They're dominated by Game of Thrones. So yeah, needless to say, they got to 32 by just packing every single category they could.
Granted, they only had 6 episodes, and they got 32 noms out of it.
But Game of Thrones wasn't the only HBO series that got some pretty good buzz. Limited series Chernobyl finished 3rd with 19 nominations.
They should sweep on that.
Bill Hader's comedy Barry tied for 5th with 17 nominations. It might have a chance to pull an upset in the comedy categories against... mainstays such as Veep and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but remains to be seen. Netflix's most dominated series was, or most, I guess not dominated,
most nominated,
but also dominating.
It dominated the nominations.
Was Ava DuVernay's limited entry When They See Us with 16 nominations.
Which, if you haven't seen, go check that out.
Yeah, you had some good things to say.
Oh, I had real good things to say about that.
That is followed by their comedy Russian Doll, of course. Their docuseries.
Yes, comedy Russian Doll.
It's a comedy. It's close enough. Their docuseries Our Planet, their drama Ozark, and of course Beyonce's Homecoming, her concert film, and Glow, which got a few noms itself.
Yay!
Yeah. The 71st Annual Awards will return to the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles and will air on Fox this year on Sunday, September 22nd, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. A host has not yet been announced. So, looking forward to it. I really, really hope, fingers crossed, that there is a chance for The Good Place this year because, man, that season 3. I should mention,
that got 5 noms, by the way.
Speaking of, and one of them, well-earned, Darcy Carden.
She got the nom.
Got the nomination like we hoped it would.
Yep.
The article I looked up did not have the writing nominations. Do you know what they submitted for their writing nominations?
I do not. I did not look up the actual nominations.
I was curious about
That's why I only have that there.
Yeah. So looking forward to September and seeing how that goes.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to our second story in television here. Molly of Denali.
Oh, that is a mouthful. So, who is Molly of Denali?
So Molly of Denali is a PBS Kids show that will be the network's first Native American lead. Molly and her 2 friends, Tui and Trini, are 2 10-year-olds who go on adventures, learn facts and history about Alaskan Native people, and vlog. There's video.
Yeah, I assume it's vlog because they're with the phone.
Video footage.
Video footage.
Yeah. Show creators Dorothy Gillum and Kathy Waugh used the PBS Ready to Learn grant to launch the pilot, which was in collaboration with Alaskan natives on all levels of the show's production. It's good to hear. One episode talks about how government-operated schools would separate Native children from their families in the name of assimilation to white English-speaking culture. Kids punished for speaking Native languages, singing traditional songs, and for wearing traditional dress. Molly learns that her grandpa's experience made him stop singing and made him too sad to tell her about his past. So all of these things will be addressed, you know, and brought to a kid's audience, which I think is really, really cool. Like something that kids don't necessarily interface with if they don't live in Alaska.
No, but it's also
among other Native peoples.
Right.
So it's cool.
It's not just that, but it's also part history lesson while also being like, and adventure and entertaining.
Yeah.
And female-dominated kid show.
Yeah, that's great. In case you're wondering about Dorothy Gillum, if
Who
that
is
name
Dorothy
sounds
Gillum?
familiar to
That name
you,
sounds familiar to me.
She is a veteran of the PBS Kids lineup. She's credited on Pinkalicious and Peterific, which
Who?
apparently is the name of a show
Yes.
that airs there. And the one that I am familiar with, Word Girl.
Word Girl.
She's also credited there. So, yeah, neat idea for the show.
Yeah. Good idea.
All right, did you watch any new television shows this week that you would like to discuss?
Well, I got the Emmys off my chest.
Uh-huh.
So, no.
No?
I don't think I watched anything
Nothing.
else.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
No.
really. Just of note.
Angels games, watched those.
Yeah, those still happen.
Baseball games, Dodger
Still
games.
They were up a game for a brief moment there.
Yeah. They're playing tonight. It's a Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night.
Oh, nice. Anyway. Okay, well, I didn't really watch anything anyway, so Oh, by the way, since I've been talking about Amphibia on the show, the season finale is already this week.
Okay.
Because they just fast-tracked the season. So, I'm interested to see how they wrap it up.
Speaking of things being fast-tracked,
Yes.
Infinity Train
Yes.
will not only premiere its first episode at San Diego Comic-Con coming up this weekend, but we will have a date. We have a date. August 5th
Great.
is when it will premiere, and it will have a 5-night premiere. So we'll get 5 episodes right off the bat.
That, of course, is on Cartoon Network.
Yes.
So, look forward to that.
And that logo is great. I
Yeah.
love you see the logo
Yeah.
for Infinity Train?
That's good.
It's a great logo.
It's good stuff. I'm
Yeah.
just excited for everything about that. Though.
Yep.
All right. That is it for television news, which means we move on to cancellations and renewals.
All right. What am I no longer watching?
Well, The Society is coming back on Netflix, so you get another season. That's season 2.
Okay.
How to Get Away with Murder will end on ABC after its 6th season finale.
Yep. Its upcoming 6th season will be the finale one, final one.
HBO will be bringing back Euphoria for a 2nd season. I guess this first season was just controversial enough to keep them going.
Apparently, not everyone died.
No. Apparently not. All right, that's it for cancellation renewals. We now talk about deaths. We have 3. First up, Pernell Whitaker, age 55. He was a boxer, a 4-weight world champion and Olympic champion from 1984.
Yes, he was a champion in 4 different weight classes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. But 55, that's kind of young for a dude who...
Boxers don't...
I guess
last-
boxers,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't get too many blows to the head.
Unless you're Muhammad Ali.
Even then.
Even then. Richard Carter, age 65. He was an actor in such films such as Mad Max Fury Road and The Great Gatsby. So recent films.
Yes.
But yeah.
Australian actor,
Kinda young, too.
mostly.
Makes sense, Mad Max.
Yes.
Dick Richards.
Yes, you heard that right.
Yeah. Age 95. Hall of Fame drummer. I guess was the drummer for Bill Haley and his Comets.
Yes.
That's how old. He literally was one of the first rock and roll drummers. That's how old we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's kind of a big deal considering how far that goes back into rock and roll history there.
And considering his name, too.
Yeah, Dick
Yeah.
Richards.
It's a great name.
Yeah, that's a good name. And with that, I hand this over to you. It's
All
time
right.
to talk about some music.
Speaking of Dick Richards, it's music time. We
Yes.
start music with the billboards. And we always start the billboards
Yes.
with the Hot 100.
We always start the Hot 100s.
And for the last
15.
16 weeks, we've started the Hot 100 with Lil Nas X and
All right.
his Old Town Road.
So here's where I need to apologize. You were right. There were actually
Yes?
12.
What? What?
Sorry, we've
What's
been
here?
interrupted.
What's here?
There were like 12 songs that had been number 1 for 14 weeks. You were correct. Macarena was one of them.
Yes.
However,
It's a
now,
consecutive.
at 15 weeks, it has passed all of those and now is tied for all time with 2 other songs.
Okay.
Those 2 other songs, I also got incorrect last week. I was right. I think I was right about one of them. I don't have them on me right now.
All right.
But if it is number 1 for 2 more weeks, it will be the longest running number 1 in chart history.
Right. I believe one of those songs is the Michael Jackson Paul McCartney collab.
Yes, I think it
It is, because it's always the most random one.
Yeah.
That's just up there.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, as it stands right now, a new remix has been released with the Walmart yodeling kid in it. So maybe that'll keep it living.
Now, because there's so many remixes, do they count as separate songs?
No, they made a rule where those are not separate songs.
Oh.
It counts as a stream of.
I feel like someone's just playing here.
Because Billie Eilish also tried a similar strategy, trying to win this week by introducing a remix of Bad Guy with
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. But that did not propel to number 1.
No, as Bad Guy is still number 2 with Billie Eilish.
So they will just keep going face to face every week.
Number 3 is Goodbyes by Post Malone, featuring Young Thug.
Your sole new song in the top 5 this week.
Number 4 is Talk by Khalid, and 5, Senorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello.
Yep, who apparently are a real item in real life now.
They're a real idol?
Yeah, so apparently they were making out in public this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, not for a music video, just...
But like in life, yeah.
Like when cameras aren't rolling?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, okay. That's a thing. Moving on to Billboard 200, your albums chart.
Yep.
Number 1, Revenge of the Dreamer 3 by Dreamville and J. Cole.
So I have no idea what the hell this is.
No.
I don't know who Dreamville is.
No.
I've heard of J. Cole, though.
Yes.
That's all I got. So I don't know anything about this.
Riveting stuff. Number 2 is When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go by Billie Eilish. Locking in both of those number 2 slots.
Yep.
Number 3 is Indigo by Chris Brown.
Your last
Why is he here? Because. Number 4 is 7 EP by Lil Nas X. And number 5, Hotel Diablo by Machine Gun Kelly.
Which you talked about last week.
Yes, that sounds like a Machine Gun Kelly album.
It is.
It is.
That's because
Alright.
Alright.
That brings us to new releases.
What am I listening to this week?
I don't know what you're listening to, but here are the new releases.
Alrighty.
First up is Beyonce. Although I think it's Beyonce featuring various artists.
Yeah, don't get too excited here. This is credited to Beyonce for some reason.
Yes.
But presumably do sell records. But this is really, think of this as what they used to call the songs from and inspired by soundtrack.
Yes, because this is Beyonce sings The Lion King, The Gift.
I don't know what The Gift is. I'll have to see the movie to find out.
Beyonce is a gift to all.
I mean, that is true.
We also have Generationals.
Yes.
With Reader as Detective.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Honey. Yes, all caps.
Yeah.
Honey. With Yes, 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 Yes.
It's 5 yeses.
It's 5 yeses. We also have Mike Love with 12 Sides of Summer. Mm-hmm. Nas. Just Nas.
Not Lil Nas X, regular Nas.
Just regular Nas with The Lost Tapes 2.
Yes.
Sum 41. Yes, that's Sum 41. With Order in Decline. And lastly, Tom York. Yes, that Tom York.
Yes.
With Anima.
Solo record.
Anima. All right. Moving on to music news.
Indeed.
And we're talking about Mr. Bobby Dylan and Neil Young. As fans had hoped for a teaming between these two artists.
They're currently touring together.
Yes.
But something else happened.
Yes. They're currently touring through their way through Europe, including their massive shows at Saturday at London's Hyde Park. But it only came to fruition when the rock legends closed out their trek at Nolan Park in Kilkenny, Ireland, as it was their first duet in 25 years.
Yeah, this was kind of a slow music week, but I thought this was interesting. Two legends that have duetted in the past used this opportunity to sing together for the first time in a long time.
Live, but
live.
This 25 years without going and singing a song.
It's not together, at least.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I figured maybe it's been that long since they toured together as well. But yeah,
Probably.
it's always cool when you see two living legends enjoy each other's company. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
We need more legends to go on tour together and sing together.
I mean, that's the entire concept of Woodstock 50, and they got that thing to work.
Oh, no, they couldn't get that to go. All right.
You should note that I have not been reporting on that, because every week it's the same story, which is basically like a headline saying, Woodstock 50 declined another location. Because they keep going to different locations, and they keep telling them no.
Indio Polo Grounds. That place works.
Just end up there.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to a why story.
Why?
Or our story. Your story? This story. R. Kelly.
Hopefully the last time I'll have to talk about him in a while.
Probably for 25 years. Or maybe to life.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because R. Kelly, on the basis of new charges filed against R. Kelly this week, all of them stemming from long-standing claims of sexual misconduct or abuse, the singer could be looking at a minimum of 15 years in prison if he's found guilty.
Yeah.
Minimum of 15 years.
He was in court today, by the way.
Yes. Attorney Priya Sopari, who's a partner at Greenberg, Gloucester Fields, Clayman, and Maschentiger, LLP in Los Angeles. That is such a law firm name.
Yeah.
It is so law firmy. I think I got sued saying that.
Yeah, you're in pending litigation now.
With many years of experience in cases involving crimes against children, said a statement against R. Kelly. These charges has been, should he be found guilty, he still needs to go to trial on all this. But seeing as there's a huge documentary about it, there's actual footage on this. It's
likely.
It's more than likely.
The catch here is, and what today, I haven't actually looked up what happened today in court, but what was supposed to come out of today is whether or not he would be allowed to be out on bond like last time. Because if you recall, the last time he was also jailed and immediately released thanks to some mysterious shop owner that had connections to him. Whether that'll happen again remains to be seen.
I'm not sure, because I think that same shop owner is in litigation in New York or Virginia.
So I don't think that they can do the same thing twice. But yeah, well, it remains to be seen what happens to him. Man, I hope he gets locked up for that amount of time, because, Jesus, how has this not happened already? Yeah, makes you think.
And I'm thinking that if he gets convicted, he gets into 2020. That's not till 2035 that he won't be able to come out.
Right.
On a minimum. On a minimum. Man.
Yeah.
Go get your R. Kelly tickets now.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Or don't do that.
Or don't.
In fact, we here at the Media Boat Podcast explicitly tell you not to do that.
or not.
All right. Let's move on.
Do you have any thoughts on music?
Not really. I listened to that new Bleached record. It's good.
You say you're going to listen to that?
Yeah, I did. It's good.
It's good? You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
But there's not really anything else I need to talk about.
Not much of a summer album?
No, it's a great summer album.
Okay.
But, I just don't have anything, mainstream to discuss.
Because we are totally mainstream here.
Totally mainstream in the Media Boat Podcast.
Yes, we're mainstreaming online on YouTube.com right now.
It's true. It's just facts. All right. So we can move on.
That brings us... Oh, we're going through this fast. This is a fast one.
We're an efficient podcast week right now.
Oh, yeah. It's the dog days of summer, and we're bringing it into video games.
Yeah.
All right. Start with new releases on video games.
Yes.
We have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order for the Switch.
This is the Switch exclusive sequel to the long-awaited sequel, I should say, to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series.
Yes, do not confuse this with the recently announced Avengers game.
Very different.
Those are two different things.
Yeah.
We also have Beyond, Two Souls for the PC. This PC is finally getting its version of Beyond Two Souls.
Right, as it used to be a Sony exclusive.
Yep. And lastly, we have Raiden V, Director's Cut for the Switch.
Yeah.
Raiden game, Director's Cut. It's the 5th version of the Raiden's game.
You don't know anything about this either, but you gleaned that from the title.
Yes. This is obviously the Director's Cut, so it's obviously better.
Better. You should get this one.
Yes. If you're going to pick up anyone, it has to be the Director's Cut.
You're right in 5. You should get this one. Anyway, the question then is it Raiden, Mortal Kombat, or is it Raiden like Metal Gear Solid?
I believe it is Raiden, as it is R-A-I-D.
I think they're both R-A-I-D.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways.
Get in the weeds here.
Anyways, Super Monkey Ball. That's a game.
I love Super Monkey Ball.
You love Super Monkey Ball?
It was good on the GameCube.
I love watching the speedrun of Super Monkey Ball.
That's always fun.
That is super hilarious because they immediately run off the course. Like, where are they going? Oh, wait, they landed perfectly.
They know exactly
what they're doing. Those are always fun to watch.
So what's happening with Super Monkey Ball?
Well, after a lengthy, super lengthy, by the way, hiatus,
yes,
Sega's Super Monkey Ball series is making a return later this year with the release of Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz HD, which is, of course, as everyone knows, a remastered version of the 2006 Wii game, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz. The title will arrive on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch this October, with a PC release. That's what I was looking for. The and PC release.
Yes.
Set to arrive sometime in the winter, preferably the holiday season.
Right.
But hey, for those of you who love Super Monkey Ball, you get a Super Monkey Ball remaster.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
I mean, I didn't play the Wii one, so I don't know how that one specifically holds up.
I like playing the ones at the arcade.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
The trackball.
The big trackball.
Good trackball.
Yeah, those ones are always fun. It's just, Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a simple game.
Fun on that'll be good for Switch.
Yeah. I wonder if they do motion controls for Switch.
Oh, you have to, right?
You have to.
Yeah. You can even do that on PS4.
Yeah. Suck it, Xbox.
Yeah, you can't do that on Xbox. Oh.
6-axis.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to our second story, or final story.
Yeah.
Of video game. Psychonauts 2 has been delayed.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw this coming after the E3 news about Microsoft purchasing Double Fine and publishing Psychonauts 2.
Yep.
But what are the details?
It will not be released in 2019 as planned. Developer Double Fine. Yep. I believe that's how you have to say it.
That's how it's required.
Yes.
That's how Jack Black says it every time.
Right. That's what I'm basing this off, because he would know.
He would know. He was in it.
Yeah. He is buds with Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
So you have to know. Yeah. Yes. Double Fine, which was recently acquired by Microsoft, has announced that the adventure game Psychonauts 2 is moving to a 2020 release date. No specific date yet, but just a 2020 release year, rather. Mm-hmm. The news was announced in a post to Fig. You know Fig.
Remember Fig?
That crowdfunding website where the game raised originally $3.9 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fig.
Fig.
Yeah.
Go Fig.
Yeah, go Fig. In that post, Double Fine. Hope I don't get fined for saying that way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Said the delay, while it's tough, is the right thing to do to make Psychonauts 2 a better game. Do not be alarmed. This is normal.
Yeah, this happens all the time.
Yeah, this happens a lot with especially long-awaited, gestated games.
And you definitely have to wonder whether somebody in Microsoft came up, because if you remember the previous publishing deal, remember Starbreeze?
Yes.
They were supposed to be publishing this thing. And maybe their level of quality might be a little different than Microsoft's, per se. And maybe somebody from Microsoft came in and be like, this isn't going to cut it, boys.
Like, this still looks like a PS2 game, even though the original one was a PS2 game.
Yeah. The footage that they showed at E3 looked okay, but it looked like Psychonauts, and it didn't get me excited about this game.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see if a little bit more time in the oven maybe gives them some new features, new game modes, maybe some interesting things beyond just let's do another Psychonauts. But we'll see.
I wonder if they try and do a Psychonauts remastered.
They already did.
For this generation?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe not. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? They did a Psychonauts VR.
That's what
I'm thinking of. It was like a new experience, but with the same characters and stuff.
Right.
No, I don't think they ever did a proper Psychonauts remaster. So
Master.
Still could do that, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I have one little bit of news that happened today that I forgot to write down because it was a little small thing.
Yes, GameStop.
Our
no.
our game of the year from last year, Tetris Effect. If you did not get to play it on the PlayStation 4, then I got good news for you. As a PC version is set to release, I believe, today. It was, I believe, launched and announced the same day. But here's the catch. Sorry, Steam users, it's exclusive to the Epic Game Store.
Epic Game Store gets yet another exclusive.
So yeah, I strongly recommend if you do have the Epic Game Store account, and if you have not played Tetris Effect, it's an amazing experience. I do recommend it. So go and give that a try if you have not yet done so.
Yep. It is a great game. It's a fun game. Super visual effects.
Yeah, super, super cool. So
yes.
Check that out. But that's all I have, and I have not been playing any new things this week.
Nope. I'm going through Kingdom Hearts 3 critical mode. Mm-hmm. I literally have the last world left. I went back, I completed all the treasure chests, I collected all the hidden Mickeys, I did all the gummy missions, I did all the chef's cooking thing.
Checking all those
little
boxes.
chefs. I did all the other mini games, and so I just have to find time to sit down and play the final world, because I don't plan on actually skipping scenes as I play through it. But yeah, that's just the last thing I have.
All right. Well, you can watch him do all of this and more on twitch.tv/MediaBoat, which is where we stream video games. However, wait on that today, because we here at the MediaBoat podcast, thankfully we stream on YouTube and not on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because currently we are standing in solidarity for the workers who are currently walking out of Amazon right now during Prime Days.
Yes.
So stay off of Twitch today.
As Twitch owns Prime.
For the rest of calendar
or
day.
Or Prime owns Twitch.
Yeah, the other way around.
Yes.
So calendar day of the 16th today, if you're watching this right now, hey, don't cross the picket line if you don't have to.
Yeah.
And stand in solidarity with those workers. And then, watch Twitch tomorrow.
Yep.
Literally just wait a day. You can handle it. Don't order your little tchotchke from them. Just get it from, Macy's. I don't know. Anyways. Just wanted to get that done.
All right.
Then that's it.
That's it.
For video games.
All right. Plug away. That's
it
fast.
for the podcast. We are clocking in under an hour this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, I got a little fire under me today. Maybe that's part of it.
Efficiency.
Anyway. So, let's plug away. This has been Media Boat Podcast. We, of course, are a podcast that brought you, I don't know why I'm recapping this, movies, television, video games, music.
Because you didn't do it in the beginning.
Maybe that's fine.
It's all catching up to you. But you can find us.
We're live every week on Wednesday nights, typically, but today was a rare Tuesday show.
Yes.
Typically, we are on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Old. That was old. At 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. Just search YouTube for Media Boat Podcast. You'll find our channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all of the above. All the things you're usually told to by people who are wacky and cut really weird. But we're just normal, and we're just going to tell you normally. Please like our page. Comment on it if you have feedback. And subscribe. Click that little bell, and you'll get notifications when you go live. See, is that so hard, YouTubers? If you slow down and actually explain it, you don't sound like a crazy person.
But they're all crazy on YouTube.
Oh, good point.
Why do you think we're on there?
Ha.
Ha ha.
Pot, kettle, black. Anyway. We're also in audio form if you don't want to see our mugs. We're on we're Media Boat Podcast on podcast services such as Apple Podcasts or any podcatcher that has that RSS feed built in. Just put in the search bar Media Boat Podcast and you'll find us.
This is where we plug Stitcher.
No.
Anyway,
never plugged it before. Why would we start now?
Because we plug it now, then they'll say, "Oh, keep plugging us."
Okay, so
that's how we do it.
Stitcher exists. Moving on. You can also find us on social media on Twitter at MediaBoatCast, on Facebook. Find our page by searching Media Boat Podcast. Like, comment there too. You can email us. Something I sometimes forget to mention, but you can email us if you have feedback or questions. That email account is mediaboatpodcast@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. I monitor that account. It's hooked up to my phone, so I get notifications whenever I get a new email.
Whoop, whoop.
We also can be found on Patreon. And if you think that this is cheap, it is not. Running a podcast, hosting a podcast requires money, and we do not have much. So please, if you want to support a little old podcast like us, locally sourced, organically grown podcast, just like the Media Boat Podcast, You can.
Mic to ear.
Yeah.
Mic to ear, locally grown.
Farm to table. The rest. Yes, patreon.com/MediaBoat is where you can do that. As little as $1 a month can get you to join the ranks of 0 right now we're standing on for patrons. And that little amount can even help us. So yes, please consider donating at MediaBoat, at patreon.com/MediaBoat. You can also, actually, I think that's it. So yeah, that wraps it up. We'll be back next week for another episode. You'll talk about The Lion King. We'll talk about all sorts of things. It'll be fun. Join us.
All right, we'll be back next week with more news and reviews and thoughts. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye. YouTube.
YouTube,
Thanks
bye.
for tuning in.
It
Bye.
is hot. Turn on that fan.